that has been around for more than 39 years in the ERP and accounting solutions. So it has transformed from beyond financial management solutions to a digital transformation solutions company. And we at Alibda are Sage partner for over 18 years. So I'm Bedul Nubar. I am solutions architect with Alibda, and we help implement solutions to clients that work for their needs. So let me start. Let me start with what Sage 300 does. It allows you to manage all aspects of your operations. So it is a complete integrated solution that contains finance, operations, sales, service, and it also supports multi-currency and multi-entity. That means if you have more than one company in the holding group, it supports all of these kind of operations. It has a very easy to use user interface, and Sage is also available on the cloud, which enables companies with multiple locations or users working from home to be able to work easily with the solution. It contains business intelligence dashboards. It has interface that has been optimized to work on both the desktop and the web. I will run a small video about Sage. So we'll start it now.
Imagine a world where your business does orders, fulfill orders on time, make and accept payments, reconcile your books, pay employees, and manage projects in multiple currencies and locations, all with one affordable solution. That can be your world with Sage 300C. Whether you have locations in the same city or spread across international borders, Sage 300C is a key part of the way tens of thousands of small to medium businesses manage their finances, operations, and inventory. Simple to navigate and quick to implement, Sage 300C can be accessed.
Hi, we cannot see the video.
Oh.
Sage 300C seamlessly integrates business finance, fixed assets, inventory, projects, sales orders, payments, purchasing and vendor management, customer information, payroll, and much more.
Let's see, try sharing the whole thing again. Can you see the video now?
Fulfill orders on time, make and accept payment, reconcile your
Yes.
pay employees,
Yes.
and manage projects in multiple currencies and locations, all with one affordable solution. That can be your world with Sage 300C. Whether you have locations in the same city or spread across international borders, Sage 300C is a key part of the tens of thousands of small to medium businesses manage their finances, operations, and inventory. Simple to navigate and quick to implement, Sage 300C can be accessed at your desktop or anytime, anywhere, on any device with a browser. Sage 300C seamlessly integrates a business's finances, fixed assets, inventory, projects, sales orders, payments, purchasing and vendor management, customer information, payroll, and much more. The powerful management tools of Sage 300C help you and your team confidently manage your finances and make insightful and timely decisions. With an easy-to-use interface and the ability to act on critical information, your financial world will be transparent, accurate, and streamlined. You will be able to manage complex finances and remain compliant with government regulations, such as generally accepted accounting principles or international financial reporting standards. Strategically manage every aspect of the distribution cycle, ship orders on time, reduce costs, and manage inventory across multiple locations with Sage 300C. Keep projects on schedule and on budget with flexible project billing in Sage 300C. Control project costs, manage contractors and subcontractors, track costs and revenue, monitor projections and actuals. With Sage 300C, you can reconcile your books across multiple companies. You can even color code each when making multiple company transactions. If your employees work in multiple languages, you can configure your Sage 300C in languages such as English, French, Spanish, or Chinese. For example, your inventory manager in Quebec can log in and view everything in French, while your accounting manager in Vancouver can work in English. The challenges of multi-currency transactions can be simplified with Sage 300C. You'll have tools to easily maintain an unlimited number of currencies, update exchange rates daily, and much more. With robust reporting tools that can be tailored to what you care about most, you can design the reports that quickly bring you or management or auditors up to speed and demonstrate productivity and compliance. Your Sage 300C homepage can serve as a health check dashboard. Add and set up key performance indicators to see key business information at a glance and navigate quickly and easily between open windows and reports. Throughout Sage 300C, you can create easy workflows to ensure everyone follows the same processes. Tailor each screen to your workflow and link to other programs, reports, macros, and other workflows for maximum efficiency. With Sage 300C, you will have visibility to all of the business data and transactional detail across your entire business, without the cost or complexity of traditional ERP software. To learn more about Sage 300C, visit sage300c.solutions.
So the Sage Group is a company that was founded in 1981, listed on the London Stock Exchange, and it serves over 6 million customers with global employees over 13,000. Al-Ibda, we have been working with Sage as a partner since 2003. We provide full cycle solutions, which means that we try to ensure that all the customers' operations are integrated in the solution that we implement with Sage 300. And we tailor the solutions to the client's needs, whether it requires additional customizations or add-ons or additional modules that are required for the customer to be able to utilize the ERP properly. We have experience in a wide range of industries. I will show you the list of clients, a sample of our clients in the next page. Our focus is always to ensure that we take projects where our customers can really utilize the benefits of the solution, and they can be satisfied with the results they get. These are a list of our clients. We are in like different industries, from medical to insurance, to distribution and mining and manufacturing and various distribution companies. So we have been working with these clients for many years, and they have been able to optimize their business using Sage 300 with our implementation support. Sage 300, it manages the full scale of your solutions. So it has the services, the financial distribution as a core, and it can have add-on things depending on your kind of industry. It can have manufacturing, service modules, retail modules, and on top of that, we have the Sage CRM and business intelligence and workflow modules that enable you to work seamlessly in various parts of the organization. These are the main market areas where Sage 300 is generally implemented. So it works very well in manufacturing, retail, healthcare, in service, and project management, and e-commerce industries. Well, some of the key things that Sage has is the Sage Intelligence that allows you to analyze data from all your business units with drill down capabilities, and you can also export this reports to Excel to do further analysis that you need. You can also have business intelligence dashboards and pre-built data models that allow you to analyze your data as required. We also have an option called Inventory Advisor from Sage, where it will diagnose your inventory based on certain criteria and KPIs, and advise on how the inventory should be planned. Sage CRM allows you to manage your sales pipeline and manage how you interact with your business and prospects and clients. The Sage interface is very easy. It's very easy to train users because of the way the interface is made. And once a user learns one module, all the other modules operate in a similar fashion, which makes it very easy for any user use the system. My friend Salam, he will be doing a demo of the system manipulator. Some of the key things that we have in Sage, which we mentioned earlier, is you can have multiple entities, like multiple companies with the holding company. We can have support for all kinds of currencies with the exchange rate or for different periods. And it will automatically do the calculations of all the multi-currency exchange gain loss. And it also allows you to do intercompany transactions. And also it allows you to do consolidation of the data. Thank you very much for this overview about Sage and Alibda. And I will hand over to my friend Salama. He will show you a demo of how the Sage 300 system works.
Thank you, Obaid. And first of all, we would like to thank you all for joining this event today. We will just walk you quickly through a demo about the product, just to give you an idea how the product works, what's the main functionality in the product. Just need 1 second to share my screen. So, Obaid, can you see the screen?
No, actually, you have to click OK on the main screen. Last time, that's what happened to me. There's a pop-up that comes on the main screen. You have to click OK on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see the screen now.
Okay. As Obaid mentioned, Sage ACPAC is a multi-company system. So in ACPAC, you can create as many companies as you want. Also, ACPAC has a complete sophisticated security system. So in order to log into ACPAC, you have to provide a valid user ID and password. And access to ACPAC functionalities and tasks can be assigned by users. So each users can be assigned only certain tasks and functions, and they can only see the functions that are assigned to them. When you log into ACPAC, you can see the list of companies that you have access to only. And when you access the company, you don't have any access to other companies. ACPAC has a very simple user interface that makes it very easy to users to understand the functionalities and how to complete their tasks in the system. ACPAC is modular accounting system, and at the same time, ACPAC built a seamless integration between all these modules. The main modules in ACPAC are the standard general ledger module, the module that's the heart, the main component of any ERP system, and this module where it connects all other modules together, and all other modules integrated to the general ledger. So we have the general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable. We have the inventory control, purchase order, order entry, the sales module. We have a project and job costing. And in addition to these Sage standard modules, we have as well many of the add-ons products that are developed by third-party developers that been for years doing products that work side by side to Sage 300. General ledger is a very flexible module. In ACPAC, we don't have a predefined chart of accounts. You can create your own chart of accounts. You can create the chart of account is ACPAC is dimensional or segmented chart of account. So you can create as many segments as you need. Segments means if you have multiple companies or multiple business units under one umbrella, if you have multiple divisions, departments, in ACPAC you can go up to 10 dimensions or 10 segments. These segments will help you to report by these segments. Like, for example, if you would like to see your profitability by division, by region, by certain cost centers, So in ACPAC, you can build the chart of account using this structure. And this structure is integrated with all other modules. Like, for example, from your sales module, if you would like to track your sales by cost center or by division, you can utilize the structure of the chart of account in your sales module. So when you make sales, when you issue invoices in the sales module, these invoices will automatically update the correct GL account and will update the correct cost center. So that will allow you to generate financial statements, financial report based on any of these dimensions. So as we mentioned in ACPAC, we don't have a predefined chart of accounts. And even if you have multiple companies, each company in ACPAC under the same setup can have a completely different chart of account. ACPAC is a multi-company, and as we mentioned, as also is a true multi-currency system. For example, any transaction you create in ACPAC, like for example, if you look at the accounts payable entry screens, and if the entry is against a multi-currency vendor, you will see that the system will automatically can retrieve the exchange rate from your setup, or you can manually override the exchange rate if you are allowed and you have the permission to do that. And when we say ACPAC is a true multi-currency system, that means that you don't have to worry about the realized and unrealized exchange gain or loss. Like whenever it's like you issue an invoice or you receive an invoice from your vendor in a currency other than Saudi Riyal, you can record the invoice in US dollar, for example, in euro, with the actual exchange rate at the time of receiving the invoice. But at the time of paying the invoice, if the exchange rate is different between the invoice time and the payment time, you don't have to worry about the exchange gain or loss. ACPAC will automatically compare the two exchange rates of the invoice exchange rate and the payment exchange rate, and automatically create all these journal entries that will take care of the exchange gain or loss. So that's why ACPAC is a true multi-currency system. The ACPAC is a modular accounting system, but as we said, it has a seamless integration between these modules. Like, for example, if you go to the purchase order module, you create your purchase orders, and ACPAC does support the three-way matching for sales and for purchasing at the same time. So in ACPAC, when you create your purchase order modules and you start receiving the products or the services that you create the purchase orders for, and you receive invoices and you match the invoices to the BO, then the system will automatically create the invoice in your accounts payable modules, where you start tracking the invoice due date, you print the aging reports, and you create your payments against the invoice. So in ACPAC, as we said, it's a three-way matching in purchase order modules or on a sales module at the same time. So when you select the vendor, you can enter the inventory item, and you can see from the interface, ACPAC has a very easy and an interface that users can understand easily. ACPAC uses the same standard of interface across all the modules. And even ACPAC provides, even if you're using one of the products that are developed by the third-party companies, you will see that all these products are using the same interface, because our technology allow the business partners or the third-party developers to use the ACPAC SDK and use the ACPAC technology to develop their solutions. So whether you use one of the standard ACPAC modules or whether you use one of the third-party products, you will see that all these products look and feel, all work exactly the same way. So as you see, ACPAC has a very easy user interface that any users, they can understand and learn quickly. multi-currency, as we mentioned, so the system can retrieve the exchange rate, or you can override that if you have permission to. ACPAC is, or Sage 300 is an international system. So that's why Sage 300 has all the functions and the tools that can be configured to support your local requirements. For example, in Saudi, if we need to have it ready for VAT. So ACPAC comes with a tax module that allows you to set up any tax setup you need. So if you need to have VAT with multiple customers or multiple vendor types, and even if you have multiple tax authorities, like if there is VAT or any other tax authorities other than VAT in the future, or there is any changes for the VAT rate, that's very easy in ACPAC, because all what you need to do is to come to the tax setup, create your tax classes for items. If you have taxable, non-taxable items, same thing if you have vendors, taxable, non-taxable vendors, and you assign the tax rate for these groups of vendors and products or services that you provide. And that's a built-in functionality in the system. This is something you don't have to customize or build in the system. We have a very powerful inventory control module as well that allows you to track all your inventory quantity and cost. And ACPAC supports multiple costing methods. So if you are, I know that most of people, they use average cost, but ACPAC at the same time, if you are looking for a different costing method, ACPAC does support that out of the box. So if you need to have items or costing calculated as a moving average method, you can have that. FIFO, LIFO, standard, most recent cost. You can have user-defined even cost, like for some of the items, like surface items. Sometimes when you sell these items, you would like to manually enter the cost of the surface without having the system to automatically retrieve it. So ACPAC also does support that. In the inventory module as well, ACPAC provides you with all the standard functionalities, like you can have receipt entries, shipments, internal usage if you have an internal consumptions of some products. Also, ACPAC allows you to do adjustment of the stock. And adjustment of the stock, like if you would like to adjust the cost only, or adjust the quantity, right? Or adjust both of them. And of course, all these functionalities are only accessed if you have authority for that. Also, if you look to any screen in ACPAC, you can see the entered by. So ACPAC has a complete audit log. So you can look exactly who entered the transaction and who posted the transaction. So even in ACPAC, you can segregate functionalities, like some people or the users that have access to enter the transactions will not have access to post the transaction. So you can know exactly who entered the transaction and who posted the transaction. That's just a quick walk through the system, just to give you an idea of the look and feel of the products, what offering we have, what solutions we have. And of course, if you need some other requirements, we can discuss these requirements, because as we mentioned, in addition to these standard products that Sage 300 provides, there are hundreds of other modules that are provided by third-party developers that they look and feel exactly like any other Sage 300 module. So if you have any other requirements or any questions, please feel free to send it to us, and we can discuss these requirements or show you these functionalities maybe in a separate session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Saname. Anybody else from your side is present, or we can have the room open for questions.
No, I think we are open for the questions.
Okay.
Rakesh, are we getting any questions or?
I had one person, they had raised their hand, but I don't know if they still have the question. Somebody by the name of Amruta. If anyone has questions, you can type in the questions or raise your hand, then we can enable your mic.
Okay, I think there's one question which I it's not here. So the question is, how long is the implementation time if they go with the basic finance module, and whether the VAT calculations and everything is auto calculated, or there needs to be custom modifications?
Yeah, Rakesh, the question is how long the implementation will take to implement the standard functionalities.
Yes.
What was the other part of the question, please?
Correct. And in that finance module and VAT module, is there any customization to be made, or automatically, as per the country rules, the module will calculate the calculations?
Yes. Yeah. Let's start with the second part of the question. That no, it's a built-in functionality in the system. You can set the tax rate and the product and services types, categories, as well as vendor and customer categories, and the system will automatically calculate the tax rate whenever you issue an invoice for sales or you receive an invoice from your vendors. Customization, it's very minimal required for VAT, maybe for some reporting requirements. If the standard report in the system won't work the way you want it to work, we might need to just modify this report or create a new report for you. For implementations, it depends on your requirements, whether there is any customization required. But we were able to implement the product for some clients that they were looking for basic functionalities out of the box, without any customization, without any changes. We were able to implement the product in a couple of weeks. But also there are some projects that would take maybe few months, depends on your requirements and how sophisticated are your requirements. So yeah, implementation, we might be able to complete in a couple of weeks if you're just looking for the standard functionalities, like somebody's looking for only general ledger, receivable, payable, maybe inventory control or basic features of inventory control. But yeah, it all depends on your requirement.
Sure, Salama. Thank you so much for explaining it so clearly. I'm sure it would be clear to our guest here.
There was a question by Sameh regarding the manufacturing module. Salama, would you like to shed some light regarding manufacturing?
Manufacturing, yes, we have multiple add-on solutions for manufacturing. But it all depends on what exactly you're looking for and what type of manufacturing. Like whether it's discrete manufacturing, process manufacturing. When it comes to assembly and bill of materials, we have a built-in functionality in inventory control that can satisfy these requirements. Like if you're only looking for a simple process of doing assembly of multiple products and create a final product. So that's a built-in functionality in our inventory control module. Or if you have like a shop floor control and job orders, more sophisticated requirements, you might look at one of these add-on products. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
I'm putting a link for one of the very common manufacturing module that we use. So if you all need more information, you can look over there. In the chat, the link to the manufacturing module. There's more than one, but this is a very common one, which covers a lot of requirements for many clients.
Okay, do you see any other questions?
No.
Okay, great. Anyways, what we can do, I would suggest is if anybody has any questions or queries, please feel free to reach out to us at Reddington or Alipta directly, and we would be more than happy to address your queries and understand the way you can transform your business with Sage. So, thank you all for joining. And I wish that we connect soon and we get an opportunity to work with you and help you with your business requirements.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you, Samir. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Have a great day.